CG anime. Okay, I think they're gone. It's fascinating. To me, it's a completely new way of doing both computer rendering and the anime art style. 3D animations in mainstream media tend to be attributed to the fabled Pixar-style animations, with people not wanting to go outside of that style because they all wanted to be the next Pixar. And, as a consequence, almost every one of them looks the same. I didn't even use any actual Pixar movies to clip for that bit. But thankfully, the field has opened up in the recent years, with works such as Spider-Verse, Arcane, Intergalactic, and just recently, the Puss in Boots movie. Non-photorealistic rendering, or NPR, are now more within the mainstream radar, and with this, people finally realize that they don't have to strictly adhere to light physics for their CG. On the great lands of Nihon, however, seems like they already saw the merit of NPR on visual media. Dare I say, most of the innovations in NPR was done within the anime field. If you know me, I like anime CG. It's a novel way of doing both styles at the same time. Beastars is the very first anime show I ever finished, and it marked my transition from furry to weeb. Over the years, I have discovered a few studios I like the works of, be it because of their overall quality, their art style, or just simply their technology. And I've been wanting an excuse to talk about them for a while. Until recently when I took a peek at the winter 2023 seasonals. Answer our contestants: Trigun Stampede from Studio Orange, D4DJ All mix from Sanzigen, and Kaina of the Great Snow Sea from Polygon Pictures. All of them are a culmination of the skills that the studios have been developing for their entire existence. And with them being one of the most prevalent anime CG studios, I thought we can learn some pretty valuable lessons by studying how they went making them. Now, for neatness sake, this video is going to focus only on their visuals and their history in brief. I kinda don't want to make this video longer than it already is, and also I don't want to talk about all mix too much before the Groovy Mix video, which had come in like 2 years or something. I'm so sorry guys, I have like too many projects on queue. You can check them out yourself if you're curious about their story. But if you'd like a summary, Trigun Stampede is about this weird but cool ass dude trying to live in the Wild West, D4DJ All mix is about good girls doing EDM, and Kaina of the Great Snow Sea is basically made in Abyss without the lolly fetish stuff. So, where should we start? I feel like we should start with Who doesn't know Orange? It's all that everyone knows. It seems like the most Orange is the only CG studio in existence. So, they're popular. For good reason. They're the ones that are consistently a hit. Their quality is unmatched, their work looks polished, the animation is fluid, the effects are flashy, they are indeed pretty revolutionary. But how did they come so far? In 2004, CG animator Eiji Inamoto founded Studio Orange. He sees potential in mixing computer graphics with human drawings. Their first project that they worked on is Aquarian, which has many mecha robots. And for the next few years, Orange would work on the CG segments for mostly 2D shows. But Eiji Inamoto soon realized that this wasn't enough and wanted to do more. You see, Orange's first intended purpose was always to become the throwaway CG for bits that the directors don't want to animate manually. It's really just a CG outsourcing house. They have the advantage of perfect mathematical computations, but they are constrained within the animation paper. And having to do cell look CG to match a 2D animation, it means they can't fully utilize the computer in computer graphics. But alas, due to how the industry was at the time, full CG animations are a hard sell. The CG segments they did do at the time went unnoticed. For those that did notice though, they appreciate how polished it was. But still, they wanted to do something more. They wanted to break free from the confines of their cell papers. They wanted to add a brand new dimension, to make a breakthrough, to move the entire industry forwards. The first solo produced show by Orange. This needs no introduction. If you need one, you can take a look at the clip provided. Land of the Lustrous was quite literally a revolution. Although it is not the first instance of cell-look CG on TV, it is one of the first to utilize this in this way. The amazing crystal hair, which my sister denoted as looking like jelly, the fight scenes, the effects, everything. It looks amazing. Now, I wonder what the staff worked on previously. Love life, that's right bitches! The director, along with several other staff members for Land of the Lustrous, actually animated idols prior to this. Fuzz Fluffy Light wasn't going to be a thing if it weren't for Muse from School Idol Project. Everyone was dumbfounded by how good this looks. And likely, this changed people's mind about CG in anime. CG can look good if you just put in the time and effort. if you just don't look at it as a cost-cutting measure, but instead look at it as a new medium. You can do things you weren't able to before. It's an eye-opening experience for everyone involved. Now, of course, it's still a matter of preference. You can look at Land of the Lustrous and go, that CGI sucks. And that's okay. It's okay to be wrong. So, where does it take us today? Well, to preface, the way Orange uses NPR is kind of standard, but that's because they kinda define the standard. So this is the perfect chance to explain NPR basics before we move on to the more wacky stuff. So the main challenge of doing stylized CG is the fact that computer graphics are developed to be realistic. Pixar, ray tracing, hair particle simulation, soft body, everything. A lot of advancement in CG are made in search of realism. So if you want to make stylized renders, you have to stylize the renderer itself, often breaking the otherwise perfect math the computer is able to do. One easy example is how you do shadows and highlights. If you take a model and just put a cell shading algorithm on it, you'll realize it doesn't look right. You'll have to trick the computer into thinking the geometry faces a different way to control the shadows. You'll see it a lot in Stampede. Technically, if you lit the model realistically, the shadows won't be the way they are. They are contorting the shadows to fit their needs, and it helps making the thing feel more natural. I felt like on Stampede, one of the more extreme examples of this is Fush's hair. To set the scene, CG anime hair typically looks like this. A spiky snakes. If you just put a cell shading shader on it, it would not look good. So to make the hair look flat but with natural looking shading it takes some ingenuity. I don't even know how it works. I can't even recreate it for this demonstration. Another technique is to distort the models to make it look better for the camera. This is day 1 NPR 3D modeling. As well, when humans draw, we don't really calculate 3D projection. This makes it more natural, of course, but that does mean when we tell the computer to draw, it sometimes just doesn't do it. To make it look more natural, you sometimes have to break convention and make the model unrecognizable from any other direction. Just so when you look at it from the camera, the optical illusion kicks in, and now it looks almost as natural as it can be. There isn't any behind the scenes look of how exactly they distorted the models in Stampede, but this is quite a common technique that Orange, and basically everyone else, does. Let's talk about one of the most common technique in stylized animation, posterized time. It's that quirky thing where different layers of the animation are animated in different frame rates. I refuse to call it the Spider-Verse effect. Spider-Verse didn't invent this technique. Hand-drawn animation usually aren't drawn in full 24 frames per second, or on ones. To save time to not draw frames that are too identical to each other, most of them are animated every other frame, or on twos, and this often varies on how much the thing moves. This gives it the crunchy look. This technique is a bit hard to get right. If done wrong, it would look less like a hand-drawn animation and more like a starry graphics card. It would be like if you put Genshin Impact on a 12 FPS frame cap. Now that's a basic. Now we get to what makes Orange's work stand out. You can tell immediately that there are a lot of subtle movements. You can almost see them breathing. This is one of the advantages of doing things with interpolated keyframes. You don't have to redraw the characters from scratch every time, and thus expressing the nuances in their expression becomes much more feasible. Almost every frame is unique, and so while this looks like normal anime on a freeze frame, if you play it, it immediately becomes obvious that no, this ain't hand-drawn. This is actually one of the more controversial aspects of Orange's style. I felt it on Land of the Lustrous too, as it tends to make the characters less snappy, if that makes sense. They barely sit still, they're always moving, much like normal, not stylized 3D animation, only this time it moves on 12 frames a second. And yeah, I do share that concern too. I almost felt like their movements are too jerky at times, but I think for what they're trying to do to accentuate the subtle acting, I think they did a splendid job. The style for Stampede is actually not fully non-photorealistic rendering. As we see, there are almost photorealistic sands, metal, and smoke simulations on places. No, this style is a subgenre of NPR called photo-surreal rendering, a mix of those two styles. It's more prevalent in the opening where, oh my. Yeah, that's not alright. If you ever tried particle simulation, you should know. You should know. Combined with the goofy cel-shaded Vashir and dare I say AI art aesthetics, it looks, I don't know, I'm a bit conflicted. On one hand, it looks pretty. On the other hand, it's actually kinda inconsistent. While I do love Orange as much as the next guy, this one gets a see me after class. Okay, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Trigun Stampede is a remake of Trigun, an iconic show from the 90s. Being a remake of a beloved classic, people are bound to compare the two to see which one is better. On top of that, since people are already attached to the original, it is highly likely that they're going to fight for that nostalgia factor too. There was a bit of friction when the fans realized that the remake was going to be done in 2D, flashback to Berserk 2016. Even knowing the fact that this is Studio Orange, they probably watched Line of the Lustrous. Personally, I'm just a dumb child. The original is older than me. I never even seen the original up until writing this very sentence on the script. So I guess I'll do a quick comparison without the nostalgia factor. The original has this striking style, partially because that style is a product of a different time. It looks sharp, if you know what I mean, with how the characters are designed and how the scene is colored. Now, the remake. I feel like the goal there wasn't to just recreate it, but more reimagine it on a different medium. They didn't try too hard on making it feel like the original because, well, they know they can match it. So instead, what they've done is see what they can do given a new dimension, and that's in no small part due to the actual vision of the original mangaka. A lot of adjustments were made to make it both more modern and to utilize the 3D space better. And overall, as a remake, it did what the original didn't, given the advancements in technology. Is it better than the original? I know, they went in different directions, they aren't really comparable, and unfortunately since I have little to no attachment to the original in the first place, I'm probably not the one to ask about this. But nonetheless, I like Trigun Stampede. It's Studio Orange. I've loved these guys literally since my very first time with anime. I know I can trust them. But so far, it ain't looking too good for the other studios now, eh? Orange is too good. They are unstoppable. How can you possibly beat them? Well, for one, you're not Studio Orange, you're never going to be Studio Orange. So the best way to approach this is to, well, try a completely different approach. Ah, yes, Death Threat's a sequel. We're going to see more of it later, but Sanzigen has a thing for memeable faces. Sanzigen has been making bespoke CG shows actually for a lot longer than Orange. They're technically established in 2006, but they debuted with their full CG show in 2013 with Arpeggio of Blue Steel, 4 years before Line of the Lustrous. Right off the bat, you can see their difference in philosophy by their animation. Sanzigen is more deliberately choppy. Now, I'll admit, this is starting to show its age. It was 2013 after all. But doing a show entirely in cell look CG is a completely novel thing, and allegedly, this was pretty good at the time, and people appreciated their bravery of using full CG instead of reserving it for background shots or action scenes or idle dance scenes like what Love Life did 8 months prior. They kept developing the style, mostly by doing more sci-fi stuff since this is where the CG shines mostly, and for their 10th anniversary, they released Bubuki Buranki. What surprised me about Bubuki Buranki is how convincing it looks, especially the stills. I have no problem believing that the individual stills from the show is hand-drawn, and also how expressive the characters get. This will be a recurring theme later. Bubuki Buranki looks awesome, and to think this was released just months before Berserk 2016. Making convincing looking 3D is their specialty. When they co-produce Promare with Trigger, the composite is absolutely flawless. I love how Promare looks and how they mix the two mediums for it. Now with this, it looks like they found their comfort making mechas and cool warships. And a new aspect happened and now they produce strictly cute girls dancing. Now, Bushiroad is an interesting subject. I think they realized that Bang Dream Anime Season 1 is shit, and they've decided to pivot completely to CG animation to try and grab attention. They prepare for Season 2 and Season 3 by doing these music videos. Now, it would be easy to think that Bushiroad is doing this to save costs, and likely they did, but they commissioned Sanzigen to produce 4 music videos for Girls Band Party to let them actually develop the Bandori look. And I have a hard time believing that if they're short on cash, how did they commission Neo Aspect, Luminous Once More, Tie to the Skies, and I Need You all in the span of a year? Now, CG might be cheap, but their upfront cost is no joke. Don't believe me? Try following a Blender character tutorial from start to finish, I dare you. Now, animating girl bands demanded a different approach. Matsura Hiroaki, the CEO for Sanzigen, was actually a band performer in his heyday, so the task of animating Poppin' Party and Friends naturally fell onto him and his team. But now it means the focus is less on the cool sci-fi structures and more about, well, the actual characters and the respective instruments. The style Bushiroad was after for the 3D MVs was similar to their card illustrations, and believe me when I say those illustrations are f***ing detailed. and that detail carried to the 3D models. This kind of costume design would be an arse to do in 2D because of the sheer number of details present. Now, by producing 4 3D music videos purely for preparation's sake, it seems like Bushiroad is here for the long term. And long term they did. Recently they did 2 music videos, one for Umaru Polka of Hololive and freaking Guilty Gear. Good taste, Darksis, looking forward to the anime, but before then, Sanzigen only makes Bandori adjacent stuff, which includes Bang Dream itself, Argonavis, used to be from Bang Dream until the producers realized it was a stupid name since they aren't even remotely related, a bunch of other Bushiroad's IP, and D4DJ. All makes. We talked about its prequel first mix before in great detail, so let's brush through the basics. The important difference with Sanzigen's work is how they did the limited animation art style. If I had to describe it in one sentence, it would be that they treated the 3D renders almost as if they're drawn 2D layers. The way the characters move and the way they were framed is very reminiscent of how regular anime works. If you pay attention, the characters don't move very much when they don't need to. This is to contrast with the characters that did move. It creates a nice dynamic and, for me, actually reduces what I would call visual noise. I sometimes find the amount of keyframe orange uses kinda distracting. They're well done, but that sometimes means I need to pause the frame to fully appreciate the characters. And it sometimes means on a given shot, I don't know what I should look at since everything moves the same way. Sanzigen, however, is very minimal. It looks like they fully took advantage of the animation being in twos, as opposed to just slapping the posterized time filter in After Effects and calling it a day. Now, the camera. They don't move it very much. Mostly, it's either cuts or cropped overscans. This gives the thing a more familiar feel as it moves the same way as the normal 2D shows that we're used to. Alright, that's as far as I went on my video about first mix.
Dear God.
There's more.
No.
See, the reason why they did that is also because of another technique they used. It's the way they use 2D drawings on top of their 3D models. They use it to fix the 3D models frame by frame if they look uncanny. Well, to be fair, Orange did it too, but the way Sanzigen does it is a bit more special, oftentimes drawing whole new expressions on the models, or often as far as using hand-drawn costumes over them, for when they can't model texture shade break all of them one by one. The folds here would be an absolute nightmare to model, so I understand why they resorted to hand-drawing the details. Another thing about their paint overs, it has something to do with what this show is. It's a comedy show, and this show heavily relies on visual gags. Almost any frame of their faces can be used as Discord reaction image. The way they distorted the model and supposedly drawing over it to sell the joke is honestly next level. It's really expressive. And dare I say, none of the expressions for other freezers I'm talking about today are of this caliber. Another differentiating factor for All Mix over the other two we're talking about today is that it's a slice of life. It's more character focused than the other two, and therefore it makes sense to focus on the characters more. And the result of that focus is level of detail. It looks like an illustration. While Stampede and later Kaina simplifies the character designs as per animation standards, D4DJ has a fundamental difference that the characters are designed first and foremost for a game, and therefore requires a different mindset than a design for animation. It's the character detail thing I mentioned prior. For animation, you usually want to reduce that type of stuff as you'll be redrawing the character each frame. With CG, however, you can spend all your time making the characters look good once during the modeling and texturing phase, and any subsequent shots will have that same level of initial detail. I didn't even notice the sheer amount of detail present until I actually paid attention. As a matter of fact, let's go with an art appreciation session, shall we? This is a frame from the opening. You can see the detailed patterns on their clothing, the individual leaves on this branch pattern, the intricate highlights on their hair, and the multiple layer of color that exists in their iris. This is a frame from Rondo's life. You can almost count each and every petal, the individual chain as their accessories, and the patterns and everything. I'm honestly surprised I didn't catch up on this when I first talked about them during my first mix review. Okay, so I like how this looks, but that's not without the baggage. I still have the same criticism as last time. The pure 2D characters still look dodgy. They cheap out on the CG by not doing CG. Who would have guessed it would not look good? Major, what have they done to you? They didn't even attempt to make this fit in with the CG characters. It's just not happening. As a matter of fact, here is a quick mock-up I just made on what she would look like if she shaded the same way as the CG characters. Feel free to thrash this in the comment section and boost my engagement. Also, the posterized time thing, even here they aren't foolproof, specifically on the motion captured performance scenes. Because they aren't direct keyframes per se, it's more difficult to do the stylized on-twos feel that I mentioned prior. Mermaid's life on episode 5 was incredibly inconsistent. It feels like a stuttering graphics card even. They left a lot of it smooth for some reason. I don't know who's in charge for compositing for that bit, but yeah, that won't do it. A grim reminder that not everyone is perfect, and a reminder that mocap data is a pain to work with. The song's still a banger though. Oh right, one final thing I wanted to mention about this show, the ED. It's really good. Well, it's just Maho dancing to the music, but sometimes that and a banger song is all you need for an ED. It has a very different vibe from more conventional credit sequences. Dare I say it's unique. It's minimal, but it has a clear and defined focal point. That T-pose in the end, it's f***ing peak. Where else can you see anime girls T-posing? Oh fuck. Now that's first mix ED. For all mix, they embrace what's unique about their ED sequence by multiplying by not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 or 5, but 6. And fans of each of the units finally get their piece of the cake and get their best girl on stage dancing. The actual song slaps so hard too, I love it. The opening is not as good though. I mean, it still slaps, but it definitely doesn't have the same level of brilliance as first mix's OP. I still stand by my point. The funny Death Threats opening is the pinnacle of 3D animation, and it should be taken more seriously. So, Orange and Sanzigen are primarily anime studios. They are within the domestic market. And unfortunately, that means they have to deal with the anime industry. It sucks, but that's the reality. With tight budgets and unrealistic deadlines, sometimes you can almost feel the strain the studio is having. But what if you aren't burdened by that? What if you can go beyond? You unlock a whole new world, a whole new suite of opportunities, an artistic vision, something special. I only made the script as epic as it is to match the music. Come on, it's so good, man. So, Polygon Pictures, you may or may not have heard of it. They're the guys behind Ajin, Blame, and that weird-ass stab show I reviewed a while back. But for those who don't, you might have seen them before and you didn't realize. Polygon Pictures actually works internationally. Most of their clients are stationed overseas. They work on stuff like Tron Uprising, Transformers Prime, The Clone Wars, Pacific Rim The Black, and my personal favorite work of theirs, Love Death Robots, the very pulse of the machine. As you can see, they are a global operation. It is to no surprise that they are highly regarded within the industry. Emily Dean, the director for that specific episode, noted Polygon Pictures as having the technical and artistic craftsmanship that they're looking for. And you know, I'll take her word for it. They pulled neck and teeth for this project, even went as far as developing a whole new ass pipeline and retraining the staff from scratch to fit this not anime and very French art style. Polygon is having their 40th anniversary with Kaina. They are among the oldest CG studios to date. They came into fruition almost the same time as Pixar themselves. They debuted with In Search of Axis CG short, and while this looked underwhelming to the uninitiated, you gotta know, this was the 90s. You know what the Toy Story dog looks like, and they have cutting-edge technology. Even today, PBI is still highly regarded. Their veteranism with CG, being 40 years in the game already, is nothing short of a feat. Of course, being the earliest, it means they encountered a lot of friction. Back then, the Japanese still doesn't really get CG stuff. Not the wacky cel-shaded CG stuff either, just regular 3D CG stuff. It just doesn't sell domestically. They are still fixated on hand-drawn 2D looking animation and aren't willing to give this weird 3D stuff a chance. So when Polygon was trying to imitate the look of cel-shaded anime, they were actually trying to cater to the masses. They did so out of necessity. This also means when I say they're a global operation, it's actually because they aren't really appreciated in their hometown. They need to go overseas to find clients. And that's how they get to shake hands with David Fincher. I mean, not directly, but you know what Another reason why they don't fly locally is just the budget. No, contrary to popular belief, CG is, and I can't stress this enough, expensive. How expensive? Well, to put things in perspective, an average 22-minute traditionally animated anime episode ranges around 200 grand. Sounds like a lot until you realize that's less than half of what they actually need to get a project going. As a matter of fact, back in the early 2000s, it took them $30 million to produce a whopping 3-minute scene. To add insult to injury, some of the producers there said, if we can hire digital 2D animators for way cheaper and it makes us way more money, why bother with a studio like yours? That must have hurt, oh my god. but PPI CEO Chuzo John Shiota is determined. He will get clients, he will get work from people that actually appreciates the art form. And at last they finally did. But the gears really started to turn when Netflix came at them for Knights of Sidonia, Netflix's first original anime and Polygon's chance to win back the fans at home. The big N has given them the pretty penny to actually give anime another shot. Now, I'ma be real with you, Sidonia does kinda start to show its age, but come on, you gotta give them some slack. This is their first go at the style. Not really, that title goes to Tron Uprising, but nevertheless, the good shows in Sidonia still holds up. It was a big stepping stone for them, and if it weren't for that, I feel like they wouldn't be where they are now. So, how did they manage? Pretty good, I'd say. The animation for Kaina is a blend between Orange's realistic acting and Sanzigen's snappy animation. To me, it's the best of both worlds. It accentuates the 3D without it being too floaty. Polygon Pictures definitely has the most advanced NPR engine out of the three. They have their own engine, P-Pixel. It is made specifically for NPR, with comprehensive control over the actual lines and the shadows and everything. You can see it here too, with how the objects react to the light, how the lines are rendered. It's honestly some fascinating stuff. It's so good, it's almost invisible. A recurring theme with all three of the studios we've looked at today is that they employ some kind of method to make the models look natural, but they all do it differently. Orange and Sanzigen in particular painted over the models and resculpt them frame by frame to make it look natural. But unlike those two, which geared more towards Sakuga, Polygon Pictures is a more CG-centric studio from the start, so they take a more CGI approach. PPI actually models the characters to look good 360 degrees from the start, and then employ various calculations to distort the models on the fly, instead of manually frame by frame. As a result, the quality of the characters stay consistent across the show. You can tell they're a proper CG studio because they actually modeled side characters. Sanzigen, Orange, I love you. But no, you cannot put hand-drawn 2D characters in the middle of a 3D cast and expect it all to be hunky-dory. It doesn't work. They are f***ing different mediums. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that paper and Maya work differently. So, how did Polygon do it then? Well, again, they actually model side characters. But of course, modeling is a time-consuming task, often taking months for a single character. Here, Polygon employs different kinds of time-saving techniques, the most obvious of which is reusing models. This might be a bit too on the nose for some, but it has the advantage of, well, actually making them feel like part of the world. If it were me though, I'd probably make something similar to Vroid with all the different assets, so that one can quickly make variations without modeling the whole thing from scratch. Another technique, which is actually quite common in almost every CG animation project, is to, well, not make the side characters as detailed. They only show up on screen for like 10 minutes tops, and even sometimes on the background. So if you can omit the detail for them, you can save plenty of time by not making something that's visible for only 2 frames. Polygon Pictures definitely has the most consistency between the shows we've talked about today. As much as I love both Stampede and D4DJ, there are still a few shots from there that gets a see me after class. It almost feels like the project is overwhelmed by itself and can't keep up. But Kaina, I feel like due to its relatively simpler nature, Polygon Pictures was able to finesse the style a lot more. There aren't as many kinks to iron out after all. That's another thing actually, despite having quite possibly the most advanced NPR engine compared to the competition, counterintuitively, the way Polygon uses CG here is rather modest. They don't do many flashy camera movements or the fancy fight sequences. As a matter of fact, to the uninitiated, this might seem like a redundant use of CG, but I think this is a perfect time to talk about CG simply as a storytelling medium. See, the reason why it's not as flashy as Trigun Stampede is that it doesn't really need to. Instead, what Polygon wants to do with this 40th anniversary project of theirs is to simply tell a story. The world was originally envisioned by Tsutomu Nihei after all. Him and PPI already have close ties with each other, so it's only natural that they do this too. Polygon has a story to tell, and it just so happened to be that they're a CG studio. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The world that they envision for Kaina doesn't really call for flash effects. You see, Kaina actually started planning all the way back since Knights of Sidonia. The concept of this otherworldly universe that may or may not have the same rule as ours, they gave the project ample time to take on a life on its own. When the time finally comes for them to start production, all they need to do was just do it. If it doesn't call for flashy camera work or complex fight scenes, well, they just don't. They don't have to show off all the time. That happened with Blame and Love Death Robots already. I'd argue the simplicity of Kaina is actually its biggest merit. It definitely is the most natural of the 3 I talked about. If you're an aspiring CG artist and want to give this art style a shot, you can do a lot worse than Polygon Pictures. This is an amazing reference point, and due to their more open nature, I feel like you guys can learn a lot from them. Okay, quick side note. While I was editing this video, they announced the anime for Idol Master Shiny Colors, and it will be animated by Polygon Pictures. So it looks like Bandai Namco pulled a Bushiroad X Sanzigen move and brought their Idol series to full CG. Damn, these studios are destined to do cute girls dancing, huh? Even Orange has their roots animating for Love Live, so no, they are not immune. And there you have it. The 3 CG shows that aired in this quite frankly lackluster season. I mean, aside from these 3, Onimai and maybe Kubo, I literally could not care less. As you can see, despite being under the same umbrella of CG anime, the way they all use CG is very different. Be they use it for more realistic acting, more detailed visuals, or to just simply add a different flair, all of them are good in their own unique ways. I've seen a lot of people say that neither D4DJ nor Kaina is like Trigun Stampede, but that's obviously because they're not Trigun Stampede. They all do different things basically. The reason I made this video is to, of course, shill D4DJ again, but also to invite you guys to appreciate this medium. It might be uncanny sometimes, and you might still not like it after I gave a whole crash course on stylized CG, but I hope you guys can see why I like CG anime so much. This is a relatively new art form, and there are still innovations to be made. A potential, if you will. I don't see this as a replacement to 2D animation, I see this as a new way to do 3D animation. The ingenuity in which this style works, the artistic craftsmanship, to discard all that and just denoting CG anime as lazy or cheap is just uncalled for. In fact, it was that stigma from the producers that makes the cheap looking CG that we're all too familiar with. A style left is unfortunately just a scuffed tech demo. What I'm saying is, we don't need another Berserk 2016. What we do need though is more Land of the Lustrous, Guilty Gear, Love Death Robots. You know, the ones that actually cares about the medium, and we can only convince them it's worth developing if we actually appreciate their work. On the Bang Dream Anime staff Q&A session, when asked about is 3D better than 2D, anime director Kodai Kakimoto said they didn't specifically focus on emulating 2D. They focused on what they can only do in CG, and concluding that it all boils down to how much the animator cares about it. And I feel like that's an important note about this. The question should not be how can we make CG better than 2D, but more, what can we do with CG? More freedom in camera movement, more fluid animation, more detailed visuals. There is untapped potential here. And I feel like despite how long it has existed, we're just barely scratching the surface. And maybe, just maybe, when we get more people on board, we'll get more of something that looks like this. And less like this. Well, I guess there's another lesson we can learn from this. It's that Kurumi is best girl. Oh my god, I love her so much.